I recently took a trip out to Trek, and the amount of great and exciting things that happen can't be put into one video. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for all the upcoming episodes because you don't want to miss these. So the bike I was most focused on trying out and showing you was the brand new Trek Rosco 8 Gen 4 because we had the opportunity to ride it on Trek's own trails. As cool as the Rosco 8 Gen 4 is and how smooth it rides, one of the Trek employees showed me something that I couldn't believe I was seeing that might actually be in the works. If you've been around a while, you know I've said many times that I prefer steel bikes over any other frame material I've ridden so far. And if you want a legit steel bike and you've never ridden one, I highly recommend checking out Breezer bikes. These bikes are absolute beasts, and I've even taken my Breezer Thunder, which is a rigid bike, down Trestle Bike Park. And the bike I'm referring to is this one right here. This is a Trek Top Fuel, and this is a steel frame. Now, I've never seen Trek do anything like this. This is exciting for them to possibly be switching it up and trying something old but new. I love the nostalgic and the old steel frames. I'm just a huge fan of the old school style bikes. So to see them try to go back into this realm, this is super exciting for me. This is Stuart, and he's the one that showed me this bike and actually welded this bike together and everything. I'll let him tell you all about this bike after he hits this sketchy drop. Right here we got the steel Top Fuel. Now I've never seen a Trek steel bike before, and we got somebody here that's welded this bike together and knows everything about this bike. So let us know some cool stuff about this bike, because I've never seen a Trek steel bike before.
So this is one of two steel Top Fuels that we made in our prototype shop. There's the one that was posted online that got a nice paint job, and then this is the one I've been riding almost every day since I made it, and it's just got a clear coat over the steel. But yeah, Kyle Nusser, he's one of our designers. He had the concept behind this bike and brought it to the prototype group. So, and then Tim, he made some of the parts for it. And then as one of my first projects here, I actually got to put it all together, fabricate it, and weld this bike. And it's been a super cool bike to ride. And I have it set up 140 front, 130 rear. But right now it's 29er, but normally I ride mullet, because it's more fun, you know?
So y'all know I like steel bikes. I got the steel Breezer bikes that I ride. And I've said many times in my videos, if I could choose any bike, it would be steel. And that's what really caught my attention with this. But I want to ask you, what made you want to ride this bike, and how do you feel about steel bikes?
I really like steel, or like the background. With my background, I've made a few custom steel bikes. But then just like the compliance is there. There's a little bit of the weight, you got to deal with that side of it, so there's trade-offs to it. But it's also just a unique thing. Not everybody has it. I think it's just a cool thing to ride. Yeah, it's a fun thing. You know, I get questions about my steel bikes, and it's always cool to start a conversation on the trails about stuff like that.
Do you feel like it's more plush on the trails than say aluminum or carbon? Or because I feel like when I'm riding a steel bike, it just floats over the trail. It's something about that steel that just smooths the trail out.
It can.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it can. But it also comes down to just how you set up your bike. But yeah, like for me, I've got this thing so dialed where I feel so confident on any jump line we have here at the Trek Trails. So yeah, it's a really fun bike, and I think it feels really good.
All right, so the $1 million question: do we have the potential to see this out in the market?
I mean, there's a lot of people here at Trek that are really pushing for this, so we'll see if this happens. It'd be a dream for me and for a lot of other people here at Trek, so we're hoping it actually happens.
So I want to know how many people that ride these, because I know y'all ride a lot of trails
Yep.
around here during work, after work. How many people do you think are really excited about this bike and want to ride this bike from the people you work with?
Well, when it first was a thing that I fabricated in the shop, like when it first happened, I got so many questions if I could make them their own bike. Like how much would it cost for me to make them a bike or whatever it was. And just like there was a lot of excitement around the bike in Trek, which was super cool to see. And I know there's a lot of excitement outside of Trek if we could make this.
Yeah, because a lot of people get caught up with carbon, aluminum, and weight, and it's still I still feel like it's ways to cut weight.
Yeah.
Even if it's a steel frame. I mean, you can put lighter wheels, lighter components and stuff. So how does it? Because I know you were riding the other bike you had, the Trek Fuel. Is that a carbon?
I got the new Fuel MX set up right now.
So do you think it's a big deal as far as how much the steel bike weighs, knowing that you could put extra, lighter components on it, or you just don't really consider?
I don't. When I ride this, I don't feel like it's that heavy. Like I ride, that's a bigger bike over there, the Fuel MX, and I've also ridden this way longer, but this bike feels like it can be flickable and it handles super well. I mean, it's a cross-country bike, but I have it set up to be a trail cross-country bike, so it can do everything, honestly. There's people out west that ride Top Fuels on big stuff too, so like Steel Top Fuel can do the same thing.
Now it's time for you to chime in. How do you feel about them possibly coming out with the Steel Top Fuel? Now, I'm not super excited about the new fancy stuff coming out nowadays, but this steel bike, it has my attention. Now, I'll be honest, if they did a steel Rosco, I'm all over it, no questions asked. So I wouldn't mind them going the steel route on some other models as well. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but if they came out with the steel lineup, especially if they came out with the steel Rosco, I think more people would be interested than you think.